Yo, it's Monday Night Raw. I'm B. Horace Towns, joined by the Black Super Friends. Welcome to the real. Y'all hate that. Look at
That's the B-boy stance.
what?
You trying to
Riding
flex
around with
already.
cardboard. Riding around with cardboard all day, waiting somebody to battle me, son. I'm
Oh
real
man,
with it. All right.
Word
you
up,
gonna
B.
spin on your neck.
Yeah, for sure. We're at the end of Black History Month. They only give you 28 days, but we're gonna maximize it. We're gonna bring that to your brain. You know what I'm saying? Word life. Everybody in the building. Yo, I'm gonna go to my homeboy right off the top. My friend, my homeboy next door. He's rocking the latest apparel from his business line, son. It is the ladies' man.
What's going on, guys? The ladies, man, ladies, bring your sons, bring your cousins, nephews, fathers, friends, bring them all in. Zay's Cut 365.
All right. I'm not licensed, but I give soup bowls to underprivileged kids for $5 every Monday. All right. Next, I'm going to the man that was just in town celebrating with the family. All Black Super Friends were in one place for one time. And I'm going to go to the guy that is known as Chris, the international, analytical, philosophical, amazing, captivating, invigorating Chris Leo.
Man, you had me invigorated. Thanks for that intro, man. Man, it was a wonderful weekend, man. I must say I went to one of the holiest parties I've ever been at. Um, yeah. Oh, Robin Williams, she showed up today. Normally she watch it after, but thank you for showing up. And I always remember, Kings live forever. I see
All
you,
right.
brother.
And one of the best friends, our red friend Nika Falana, is in attendance early. All right, guys.
Ain't that
Before we
so?
go to, we actually going to have a issue where we talk about Black history, and we want to do better. Every week that I've been hosting this, I wanted to make sure we gave a good point. I always tell all you guys that movies have some truth to it. Even the most wildest movies that you guys see is based off something. And a lot of times, directors, producers, or writers, we like to give a little something, hoping it's like a bread trail for people to follow up on. Doesn't happen because most people are just simply entertained. Um, there was a part on the movie Black Panther, and I'm gonna ask you guys remember that where Killmonger said, "Just bury me in the ocean." Y'all remember that part? Okay, you guys are very quiet. Just bury me in the ocean
Oh
with
yeah.
my
With my
ancestors
ancestors.
who jumped from the ships because they knew that death was better than bondage. And a lot of us thought that it was so dope tonight, so dope to watch it in the movie. And then me and Chris went to a event Friday where we both were trying to get the Killmonger mask. And
Mhm.
most people don't realize that that story was based on real life. That mask is a ceremonial mask from the LGBO people. It's Mediki mask. So I definitely don't want to ruin that, but I encourage anyone that's listening to go out there and research that story because the story is amazing. What's the story? I don't want to leave out a lot of details, but there was a ship that came into Georgia, ship arrived in Georgia with a cargo of slaves. 75 of those slaves were the LGBO people. There's a tribe. They were sold for $100 each. So as that ship was going into the next destination, that tribe took over. It was a rebellion, and they overthrew the ship. They overthrew the slave masters, the captors that were on that ship. They overthrew the ship, and once they found out that they had no way of getting back to where they were coming from, and to avoid the risk of getting sold into slavery again, those 75 decided to commit mass suicide. They walked into the ocean together, singing songs, but that was the fate of that trip. They decided that, okay, you guys still missed the point. Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors. That is where that clip in the movie come from, where they were saying to avoid slavery again, we would rather die altogether. So if you go look up that story, that should give you some insight. It's just not movies sometimes. So when you see that mass, you'll know that there was a tribe of people who overthrew slavery, rejected it, and said, we'd rather die before we be slaves in this world. So it's a real story. I encourage kids to go out there and get to know that inside the Black Panther movie, there was so much history and fact to it that it was simply amazing. And one day I'll even tell you where Wakanda is actually based on. Shout out to Stan Lee, who was a white writer who did a lot of amazing things for Black people through characterization, because he believed that racism was just pure stupid as hell. So for that, I'm going to go to Zay for Black History.
All right. So as you were talking about movies, I watched a movie when I was a kid that was called Something the Lord Made. I think it was Mos Def who starred in it. And it was in reference to a Black doctor who did not get the accreditation for doing the first open heart surgery. I think his name was Vivian Thomas. And it was actually a really good movie. It actually prompted me to look into it. But the actual first doctor to do it, what I came to find out, was Daniel Hale Williams, who was the son of a barber. So it did me proud. So all of my studying that I went to school came actually true. And it was something to behold. Like, barbers were actually the first world surgeons. So they did everything ranging from shaving your beard to leg amputations. So to find out that the son of a barber was the first Black man to do an open heart surgery, for me, was just the best thing that ever happened, because that's my profession and I loved it. So it made Daniel Hale Williams stand out to me. So I salute Daniel Hale Williams for Black History Month. What you got, Chris? Who did you come up with?
I think I picked a lady, a wonderful lady, Fannie Lou Hamer, born October 6, 1917 in Montgomery County, Mississippi. She was the youngest of 20 kids. Her mother was Lou Ella and James Townsend. Her mother was Lou Ella, and her father was named James Townsend. They both worked as sharecroppers, and by the age of 6, she had to drop out of school, and she became, she started working in the fields. But the brief time that she was in school, she learned how to read, and she became a record keeper on the plantation. And she noticed that the plantation owners was cheating the sharecroppers by tilting the scale. So what she would do is, try to adjust it so the sharecroppers would be able to get their fair share of money, because she felt like that was the only way that she could fight back. And she went on from there to continue her life fighting for just Black freedom. In 1964, she founded the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. She in that same year, she stood up party convention where she did a speech. Her call a press conference at the same time she was doing the speech. So at that point in time, he called the press conference just so no one could hear her speech. So that backfired on him, because at the same time it made the speech played everywhere. Also from there, she ran for Congress.
And there was one.
The Decepticon.
Oh, he was overdue. He was overdue for that one.
What happened? Where did I go out?
Megatron got you.
Yeah, when did I go out?
And there he went.
Okay. Well, let me. Basically, she was a sharecropper in Mississippi. She went on to be a freedom fighter for black rights. She actually ran. She actually started the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. Um, Also, she did a speech at the 1964 Democratic Convention that president and the speech was so impactful. President Johnson turned away, called a special conference just so the world wouldn't even be able to hear her speech. And at that speech, she stated her full name and her address just to show defiance of all the racist people that was gunning for her, because previously she was shot at her. She was shot. They shot at a house that they thought she was in. She also ran for Congress in 1967 and 1971. She lost, but she ran. Also in 1969, she started the Freedom Farming Co-op that would be able to give black people land that they can farm, so they can basically be able to be self-sufficient and take care of themselves. Oh no, my auntie say I disappeared. But again, what makes her so special to me is Fannie Lou Hamer is actually my grandmother's auntie. So and throughout my life, we was always told stories of her. Now, as a grown man, I get to look back YouTube. I get to read her story and things like that, and it's just has always been inspiring. So my Black History moment is from my great auntie Fannie Lou Hamer.
Well, listen, Chris. I
Oh,
was a
hold on,
fan.
my bad. She also coined the term "sick and tired of being sick and tired." So, have you ever heard that saying, "Sick and tired of being sick and tired"? My great auntie, my grandmother's auntie, started that saying.
Well, that's good, Chris. I studied. I've studied a lot of people, and the one person I can tell you that gave that whole movement fear was that lady there. You got a lot of men that always was in those movies, and they spoke and said a little good stuff here and there, but she actually made them people nervous, and she was really about that. Hey, the Black History guy that I want you guys to talk about, and I say this to any single mother. Y'all watch the movie Malcolm X, and it's all cute, and it was a good movie. But think about how much they really gonna put out there on a movie. But the autobiography of Malcolm X as a book, I made my kids read that book. You know why? Because I think that it was a good blueprint for most young men. A majority of young men grew up in urban conditions that are going to be challenges. Malcolm X came up in a time where there were pimps and drugs and all that. And it changes to an extent. But my point is, for a person that was in the midst of all that, went to jail a lot of times, had some drug usage, the evolution of that man, that determination to grow, to act determination for him to, once he opened that first book and got some knowledge, man, that is the man that changed my life. That is one of the men that changed my life, because once you start studying one thing, it's going to make you want to study this and it's going to study that. But the person that made me admire him the most was the person that being able to be open for correction. Now, people tell you Malcolm X was bad because the people that teach us didn't like some of the earlier stuff that he said. But the Malcolm X that came back from Mecca, the one that went and said that he drank and ate with brothers of all complexions, the one that said that he believes in God and man and he's for justice no matter. That is the man that I fell in love with. So to know that brother, his mind, that is something that I tell any mother, let your kids, young men, hear a story like that. You know what I mean? Anywhere you come from is the possibilities of where you can be. Just open your mind and at least give yourself the best shot possible to, change your life. So Malcolm X doesn't get enough credit. They tell you he was militant and whatnot, but the brother was very wise, very loving. And the last thing I want to say is I pray for people. I do community work, but the reality was that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and most of the people that fought and gave their lives to help black people, they died with little to no support from black people. They died penniless, they died stressed out, and it's amazing how we love people when they did. But both of those men had some horrible lives. Martin Luther King's mom was assassinated. You never hear about that. Malcolm X, well, you know the story, the attacks that he took from his own brothers. To know that Martin Luther King was in college when he was 15, I believe, 14. So just to see how astounding those brothers' lives were and to be taken so young, it's the stuff we need to really have some gratitude for. So not to rant on, but we have had some great leaders, and I just feel like they don't get enough respect. So sorry about that, Chris.
So I think that we got to understand is that we need all types of soldiers. Martin Luther King, he led a non-violent movement, but Malcolm X's movement was a tad bit different. So here on the Black Super Friends podcast, we like to celebrate Black excellence anytime we can, but we also like to highlight Black stupidity, which brings me to my next segment, Dumb Rapper. Today in Dumb Rapper news, I want to get you guys feelings on I don't want to say his name because I don't want to give him publicity, so we'll call him the clown, the rat, and Meek Mills. Well, for instance, we have to say it. 6ix9ine and Meek Mill situation. Last week, I think that 6ix9ine they've been going through it over the internet, back and forth, and they met up in Miami. Somehow, 6ix9ine ended up pulling up on him, talking his talk, and Meek Mills, he basically pulled out a phone and said, "I don't want to go to jail." So, I wanted to get you guys what you think about that. Zay, what do you think about that?
Man, Meeky, that was the dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. Chris, I think that brought me back to when we were in high school and that protection talk that they be talking about. You know, that one guy that always be talking real rough and tough. He'll do this and he'll do all that. And then when that pressure get applied, he fold up like a lawn chair.
Okay.
Perfect example. Man, I think we were watching the clip and they were saying that the rat is up one. And I believe him. You know, as much as I don't want to give no accreditation to that young man, he's exemplifying everything that a man is. He's a rat. He stood by it. He hasn't denied it. So that's the takeaway. You can't step down on him because he's not dismissing it. Most time when they exile a snitch or talk bad about a snitch is because he did it and he's lying about it. He's standing up. Now, I'm not giving him no pat on the back or no pass for it. You still a what kind of dude, but he's standing his ground. And you went and bothered that man and said, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. When you seen him, man, he saw you and he said, do it. He pulled your card and you pulled out a phone. I can't respect you. As we were just talking about great leaders, you want to be the voice and you're not relatable. You got to be quiet, man. You did better to not say nothing at all to that man.
Yeah. Well, Zay, they're the rappers, but you sound like a DJ over there with all that scratching. What you think about that, Horace?
I don't know where it's coming from, but it damn show Jazzy Jeff. I get annoyed. Now, what I say is, I miss my brother Nipsey, man, because I think everybody got a part in it. There's no way that we allow this brother to come back out. He owned up that he's a rat. You know what I mean? He's a snitch. He's a rat. He's all of those things, and he come out and get love. He come back out and get respect. You know what I mean? I like Meek. Meek, my dude. Meek has a habit of speaking and probably shouldn't be speaking because we all know gangsters move in silence. So I don't know if you're going to speak on something. You can't be out here talking on something and knowing now somebody calling you out. You can't say what you're going to do and then it's this 5'2" rat. Now he testing your credibility. But Nipsey said something to an extent like we give too much attention to clown stuff. So going back to this brother got albums to selling. This brother out everywhere, probably bold as I don't know what. But I gotta check me too. Like you speak for the culture, and then this dude calls you out. So that was the most confusing thing about it. Because if you want somebody, you ain't gonna do all that talking. The people we know, we don't be about that rapping. But I just don't understand the 6ix9ine situation simply because where we come from, you really ain't even acknowledge a snitch. And it seems like it's becoming a new lucrative thing, man. I forgot who said it, but how is he even a thing, man? It says more about us as a culture than I don't know than it says about him. So not to ramble on, it's just very confusing.
There.
Yeah, I was kind of confused about it too, but I see fault on either end. You know what I'm saying? I can somewhat understand the clown. He wants to get clout. You know what I'm saying? The new thing now is trolling on the internet. Talking back and forth to people. It reminds me when I went off to college, right? And I would see guys bickering back and forth. Like we'd be at parties and I see guys bickering back and forth and they talking and they barking at each other. And ain't nobody holding them but females. So if you really, really wanted to fight, like ain't nobody holding you but a female. And I would always be upset when somebody would try to hold me because you put me in a vulnerable spot where this man can come and hit me or something like that. So I thought that was I just couldn't understand it. But for me personally, the offense that I take on Meek is like this. If I'm a person if I don't mess with you, I don't deal with you, I just X you out of my life. I don't get on the internet talking down about you. I don't tell you what I'm going to do when I see you because words have power. If I say I'm going to do something, I got to do it when I see you, especially if you test my temperature when you see me. So I feel like if I'm not going to do nothing, you shouldn't have been saying. The first thing out your mouth can't be, "Oh, I don't want to go to jail." You trying to send me to jail? Meek, you've been acquitted of all your charges. You off probation. This is just this would be simple assault. Like you'll spend a night in jail and you'll get over it. Like it's not going back to jail for a long time. And then the implications that he had cop security. Well, the cops can't knowingly drive you into an altercation. They just can't knowingly do that. And on top of that, this happened in Miami. In Florida, we have a stand your ground law. It's on tape that the clown was the aggressor in the situation. So if you pop them, whatever you do, you are in your right to do whatever to defend yourself, to defend your life, because you thought somebody was coming to threaten your life. Not only that, you also have security. So I thought that to pull out a phone and start to say, I thought all of it was clown shit to me personally. I thought all of it, all the way around. These are two girls that's bickering that they ain't gonna do nothing, and I just didn't think that. I really, really, really was disappointed in all this. But something that is more disappointing, and this is on a whole nother level. There's a rapper, Alabama rapper named Honeycomb Brazy. I don't know the full story about this, but apparently he got into some real live beef with the opposition, and apparently he made a song talking about what he's gonna do to his opposition's grandparents. The opposition came and shot and killed his grandparents and set the house on fire. Now later we found out that it wasn't set on fire. This is from him saying that the house wasn't set on fire. He said that that his grandparents had COVID, and I guess the oxygen from the shooting, the oxygen caught fire, and that's what set the house on fire. It's surprising to me that that was what he wanted to pinpoint more than what you just caused to your grandparents. But this is something that I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about. This is a situation when life imitates art in the wrong way. So Zay, what's your thoughts on that?
Man, I was clueless to it until you had actually brought it to my attention. So I looked it up and watched some clips on it. So I ran into a clip that kind of gave me the rundown on him a little bit. And Buddy's been going to jail since he was like 13. He did 3 years. Got out, reckless, rambunctious, got into something with a friend of his, good friend of his. They robbed a dude, popped him. Dude never died. When he came back, because he didn't know the guy that shot him, he blamed it on Brazen. Brazen was up again fighting murder charges. And he couldn't tell that it wasn't him because it was his homeboy. And he took a plea, he was saying, to do more time. And the same day he took the plea, the guy who actually popped the dude got killed. Started some inside beef. And it's crazy because it's almost synonymous to Mo3's situation where his ops were his childhood friends, if you look at the backstory on it. So it's crazy. Obviously, he had to grown up listening to Tupac because he did everything that Pac did, got shot, didn't stay in the hospital. Time he got out, said he couldn't make music because he felt the need that he needed to spend. And I'm gonna stop and talk about that a little bit. When things happen to individuals, right, i.e. they get killed, they go to jail for a long time, whatever the case may be, and they're acting in such a manner such as this young man right now, and he ain't got no friends around him that got the good sense to tell him to stop before something really goes wrong, or no guidance in his life for anybody to tell him, like, you need to really chill out. We don't want to do rest in peace you or free you when all you got to do is relax, and all those things, peace be under you, will be granted to you. Yeah. Nobody stopped and said that to him. Like, that's the part that blows me away. But he went on to tell the story to say how he had to let them know, that he was back and doing a thing. He had linked up with Rollo Famgoon, he was saying, and was way in Atlanta, away from Alabama, and went back to the foolishness. And he was saying how he had did so much in the course of one night, but the guys that he's going through it with has problems with so many different individuals that they have no clue who it was. And the irony of his grandparents being killed is another group of individuals separate from him that was going through it with the guys that he was going through it with. Their grandparents had gotten killed behind his foolishness. And because he didn't want anything like that to happen, he let it be known that it was him, in so many words, that had did it. And sure as shit, what happened? His grandparents get killed behind his actions. But if you get a chance to check that clip out, his way of thinking is so jacked that it doesn't make any sense. He said, I got hit in the head. I got hit 8 times and I ain't dead. I know that God got my back. And I'm thinking to myself, God loves his children, but I don't think that he's the one that's rewarding you with extra life, because you're doing the devil's work, you know what I'm saying? And he got rewards for his minions too. So I don't know, the whole story was crazy. So I really don't follow that kind of music. So I was lost. And then when I saw the backstory, I got a chance to hear the backstory, I was like, dang, our young men don't really have a hope in hell if somebody don't step in and say anything to them, or just kind of tell them that art that they're putting out, you can't imitate that. That's not going to get you anywhere in life. But
yeah, I appreciate that backstory, because I didn't know. Once I seen the story, heard the story, I didn't really even want to go deeper into it, because I just thought it was foolishness. Horace, what you think?
Well, I want to say, man, I think it used to be an old movie where it was a bunch of runaway kids just running wild with the Lord of the Flies.
Yeah,
that's
one of them. That's one of them.
Let me tell you something, man. And we always highlight our background. When I can honestly say, whether it's movies, rap, TV, the devil, I don't want to sound religious, boy, it's a devil. It's some demons in that entertainment industry. But to be basic, man, you taking broken people and they getting successful overnight. You're giving them money. These are kids that are giving money. And whether it is LA, New York, New Orleans, you taking people coming out of the poor situations, and now they're giving money. Second of all, we always say mentoring is important, but you can't tell these cats nothing. You can't tell these dudes nothing. I forgot who was on one of the podcasts. He was like, you can't even reach these cats. You see them going through money. You see them at an early age already got addiction. Then they got family that's all of a sudden that they trying to validate. The same family that was probably the worst encouragement. When you broken, you want to put your family on. So now I want my family to do better because they make me feel important. So, ain't nobody going to check me and say I'm doing some dumb stuff. Ain't nobody going to check me and say, bro, you might not want to do that. But I'm going to tell you the biggest secret. The biggest secret is the music industry don't give a damn about nobody. So when a rapper get killed,
Preach.
y'all don't know it's a big ass policy on that artist.
Big.
They don't care.
And they own your master, so they're gonna keep on selling your music on your death. Because in post-mortem, most rappers increase sales, which is crazy.
Yep.
Bro. So if you look back, a lot of listen, man, it sounds crazy, but they don't understand how the devil works. I got an artist I invested this money in, yada yada. I ain't got no real love towards him. He gets murdered. Now his sales go up out the roof. Boom. Right? And I own the masters and I own his rights. So people think, no, that is not far-fetched. It happens. So when you see not even why I get angry when I think about Nipsey. People don't understand the impact of Nipsey. Nipsey was a brother taking the Crips and the Blood. We're gonna come together. Let me show y'all business. Oh, y'all trying to gentrify Compton? Y'all trying to justify the community? We're gonna buy this up. Oh, wait. Okay, we about to open up a cannabis shop. Oh, we about to open up a facility here for people a resource center. The stuff he was doing.
That was important. That was real important.
Now, what's important is if y'all look at the brother, if you look at 50 pictures, I say in 11 pictures, the same brother that killed him are in 11 of those pictures. Now, go and research this and ask yourself, why is Nipsey Hussle, that murder trial sealed? Why you can't get no info on it? Why I got a gag order? Because that brother that killed him, that was his friend, he said that he was paid or to kill him. We just had the Judas and the Messiah. But brother, so they won't even let him speak what he's saying. No. LAPD, I can tell you who it is, paid me X amount of dollars to kill this man. So it's just so much evil that go on, man. I wish our young brothers understood that y'all could take that money and change lives. You could go to Killer Mike. You can go to someone and say, hey, I just got a $1 million deal. What can I do that'll help me out for the rest of my life? But it's so much in front of these kids, man. It's hard to reach the jokers out here now, Chris. A joker could sit down with you, Chris. You could give a brother some insight. But you talking to kids who ain't probably had no mama, ain't had no daddy, and then you got a mama that's don't have respect for men. So me trying to reach this young man, it's a lot, bro. But I'll tell anybody not to ran on. I've seen the wickedness in the industry. And boy, I'd never go back. And Chris, you said the same thing. We seen some stuff that if it wasn't for my mama, I probably would have been immune. It wouldn't have been a big thing. But once you know better, you do better. So not to ran on, but
Speaking of knowing better, you do better. What do you think about Kanye getting divorced?
I want to say this. Why is it Kanye getting divorced? Why isn't Kim getting divorced for the third time?
That's not the story. No,
women can't do no wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Shame on you. What is wrong with this guy? He's talking. He's speaking. He's shaming women now. Come on, man. Stop it. Let's go to the next topic because this is disgusting me now.
Hey,
he's disgusting me.
Listen. Oh, they say Kanye getting divorced. Oh, look what did he do? Like this her third marriage. You know what I mean? Every time I see him, you look pretty sane to me.
He looked pretty loving to me. I mean, what else can you ask for?
I seen him defend that woman against a lot of rappers. I seen this man stand up for her. I seen this man spend money on her. I don't know. On the surface, he did everything he's supposed to do. Good father, everything like that. Somehow, he's getting divorced, and I'm pretty sure she filed for divorce. But hey, we're over here. We don't blame women because we think they are the greatest. Them sweet angels.
Can I say something, bro? Listen, I love Erykah Badu. I would never date her. I don't want none of that cootie cat she got. Right? It's
Shout out
changing
to
lives.
Boosie.
I don't want none of that, right? The black hole, what is that? The Kardashians. Every black man that has dated those women, life has went into total turmoil.
Shambles.
You
Shambles.
got one man that said, I don't even want no penis no more. I want to be a woman.
I want to be a woman.
I want to be a
Damn.
woman.
Another one say, I love crack.
What? What?
Bruh, so listen, I'm sorry. I don't want nothing to do with them. And yeah, I can't do it, dog. So on going down that road, let me ask y'all something, man. Can your girl be friends with an ex that she smashed once, but long time ago?
Ooh.
Let that marinate. I'm gonna go to the ladies, man, since you the ladies, man.
Hell no. Yeah, watch that. You gotta find somebody else to play with. That we ain't gonna be able to go. And I don't even be worried about the next man, but I just think that we ain't gonna be able to do that. I ain't gonna be able to, I'm not. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you a lie.
No.
I ain't able to do it. I mean, y'all can be cordial. Don't get me wrong. Like y'all can be cordial, but all that buddy, quit playing. I'm a real nigga.
Look, it's amazing the people that's gonna say no, knowing that you listen. Let's be honest here, guys. Let's be real honest. A lot of our trust issues come from the stuff that we've done with women back in our day. Yeah. I've had women say, "Oh, and you know, I had to change my life. Oh, I told them I'm going to my aunt's house real quick. You get what I'm saying? So, but I'm saying this. How you gonna know? How many times have you dated? Maybe it's somebody you dated before in the past, and you see her and she come over, hey bro, hey best friend, or the little fake smile and all that, and she probably say XYZ. That dude don't have no idea. Women aren't truthful when it comes to who they've been with. That's
where the problem come in.
Listen, I'm gonna be that dude. If you ask a man how many women he slept with, he gonna say 10. In reality, it's probably been less, right? If a woman say 2, it's more like 15. 20. Yeah. So
stop dumbing it down.
Hey, well, listen.
Well, but honestly, dog, I've never ran into that issue. Like, I've really never ran into that issue of a woman wanting to keep a friend like that. Like, most of the time when I get with women or the women I've been with, you know, seriously, they ditch their friends for me. You know what I'm saying? They homegirls have issues hanging out with them, but they always want to be up under me. They family don't see them for a while. Like, I've never had the issue of a woman saying that, oh well, I'm a package deal. You got it's me, my child, and my couple of homeboys that I just happen to smash. Like, so I never have ever had to deal with that. And again, like, maybe because, you know, there's always been a threat of cheating with me. So you don't even want to open that Pandora's box. Like, you don't want to start nothing that you may not be able to deal with that. Because if you want to say you're going to do that, then you know off top I can get out in these streets. So, but really, I just never had to deal with that. No woman has ever stepped to me and said, I just wanted to keep a friend that I was screwing. Like, most of the time when I get with women, I never had to ask them to ditch a dude. Like, they just do it.
They just did it.
Chris, can your girl be friends with an ex that smashed once but a long time ago? I'm saying that it happens more than you know. You just don't know that he smashed, and the dude be right there. So no,
I've never had to deal with that.
They're not gonna volunteer.
I've never had to do it. Like, the woman, I've never been with a woman and she was like, "Oh, let me introduce you to my long lost friend. Long friend or whatever." Like, I've never had to deal with that.
Because they're not gonna be honest like that. They're not gonna be transparent and honest. They're gonna let him be right there near all the time, and then you're gonna find out through somebody else, and then you're gonna want to tear the roof off the house because damn, you could have just told me, but she ain't gonna tell you. They're not.
But I ain't a real chummy type of guy like that. You can't introduce me to your homeboys. Like, I don't want to be around them. I barely want to be around your homegirl. So
that's why she ain't gonna tell you.
It ain't like you can. You can't
But she
even.
ain't
I
gonna
mean,
tell you.
I respect it a little bit more when you don't want to tell me because you feel like, well, I can't. This is not the type of dude that I can try like that.
I
So
don't think
I just never
that's
dealt with it.
right. You gonna feel tried if you find out though.
Yep.
So you gotta take that one.
That's what they do. They try you like
Oh my
that's just
God.
how it is. So
Well, the
It
crazy
came
part
for
is,
me.
Yeah.
Look.
Why I get the bad rap on the show?
Hmm.
What kind of? That's gonna be a special show.
What's that?
Real women,
But it does happen. A real woman wouldn't want
That's
to keep
what.
being friends
That's
with a
what
dude.
she's saying. That's my cousin. Shout out to Boosie.
Boosie.
They just don't want to keep him anyway. They don't want to keep him around.
Zay.
My
So
brother.
I know a person that all his ladies keep him on the side. I'd be like, and the dudes don't know.
You talking about Zay?
God damn it!
You're not talking about me. Have nothing to do with
about
that.
Zay.
You're not talking about me.
I'm not, we ain't doing no coding shit on here. He talking about Zay.
He's not talking about me.
Oh man. So
He said he knows a guy, not the latest man.
Mad
He said he knows a guy.
she said, Chandra Newby said a woman would never disclose that info. And what we kind of say, like, it happens more than you know. Just not gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm. But the question though is, if you know,
what I don't
you
know
let it
won't
go
hurt
on?
you.
Yeah, that's what you got for her.
If I know,
You
How
out.
much she gonna pay you?
She ain't gonna tell you.
I don't know.
You gotta get some understanding. I can't go for the friends thing. Y'all can be cordial. Y'all can know each other. It is what it is.
Like, but on the other end, dog. But on the other end, dog, like I feel like for me, that's why. And people give me flack about this. I say I have no homegirls. The only way you can be my homegirl is that if you hit my homeboy and you off limits now. Because I feel like, dog, I can't get with a woman, and I'm seriously with a woman, and tell her that she got to accept my homegirl that I used to smash. Or just any woman, you don't have to accept them. This is you, my friend. Now, it's not that I can't be, speak to other women, but I don't need a. What am I gonna do with a homegirl? Because for one, I don't want no ugly homegirls. So what am I gonna do with a homegirl?
It's their heart. That's beautiful, Chris.
Yeah, I bet.
You come from a city that is small. When you get to your late 30s, there has been a mixture of people going on here. So the reality is that is reality, is what I'm saying. So I'm saying it happens more than you know. So she might not tell you, right? You might not know. So, but I'm saying, how far can a relationship go? How far can a relationship go between you and her if she can't tell you? So it's gonna be some stuff that you ain't gonna want to know. She might have dated Crazy Steve back in 8th grade, or she went to prom and they had a one-nighter. Would you want to know or not know?
But I expect that going in. Like I expect that from women going in. Like I don't involve myself into that because I don't look at women as just angels that ain't never done nothing. I expect her to do something. My thing is this: when she's with me, in all my situations, I've never had a woman say, "Well, this is my long friend. This is my long lost friend, or this is my friend from X and let me introduce you to him, and he's going to be coming over. I'm going to be spending time with him. Aside from you, I've just never had to deal with the issue, so it's just foreign to me.
You shouldn't. That's simp stuff.
I dig it.
Yeah, that's simp stuff.
I can dig it.
Yeah, Zay was really, he didn't really give much input on it, did he?
What input you wanted?
He's the culprit. He's the culprit, so he can't do that.
Says you. Where's your evidence?
William O'Neal.
Listen, Xavier. How would you feel if y'all was that friend, Xavier?
What do you mean if y'all was that friend?
It's a question on the screen. It's from the viewers.
If you was the friend,
don't
matter. Would you want to be friends? Chris just said, would you want to be friends with him?
Like I have a high
you can be cordial. Again, you can be cordial. You don't have to be friends.
Well, I have respect for dudes. So once you get into a relationship, man, I kind of back up because I know it ain't just friend. I know it ain't just friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like if she introducing you to me, I'd hit her. So once she says she got a dude, once she says she's in a relationship, once she says she's married, I know I back away. That's between y'all two. Y'all good. Ain't no just
That's
come
called
and
being
hang out with
cordial,
us.
Chris.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Right on.
Yeah. To me now, I'm just one-on-one. I don't need all that extra stuff. I've grown.
Did you?
Okay.
That's what she said. Um,
TMI.
how listen, let me ask the last question of the night since Zay's up on the wine. So he back. I look like some hunch punch. So
No,
he
the
should
Henny
be
Ripple, man. Listen, beautiful stuff,
Oh,
man.
and he's
Yeah.
selling it. Go get
Yes,
you a
I am.
bottle.
Entrepreneur nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got that much money.
Okay. Well, that's I can dig that. Oh, and the last comment before I go on, clean it up for the camera. Absolutely. Oh, the ratings for this would be good. Let me ask you guys something, guys. You guys are parents, and you guys are single guys. You're parents and you're co-parenting. I've graduated from that stage, so I really want to get your insight on this topic. Right? I don't plan on having any more kids. If I do, I will be relocating to a country near the States. How do you navigate through co-parenting when the mom has a new dude? And viewer want to know that from a man's point of view. How do you navigate through co-parenting when the mom has a new dude? I went through that a few times, and I handled it like a champ. So I'm going to go to Chris. Chris.
Okay. Well, see, this is a kind of a sensitive situation because, or a sensitive topic because I'm dealing with that situation now, and I have a unpopular way of dealing with this. Like I personally, I do a hands off approach. Like I stay out of their relationship completely. I took myself off of my baby mama's Facebook, Instagram. I let them have their relationship in peace because at the end of the day, the success or failure of that relationship will not be blamed on me in any kind of way. And I know because I know how it is when a baby daddy start talking about about the new dude. It makes them get into a us against the world type of vibe, and it make the situation stronger. So I just try to completely have my distance from that. And furthermore, I didn't have a shit ball for a baby mama. So me and my baby mama been separated for over a decade now, and it ain't like she's been parading dude after dude around. This is like the first relationship I ever heard about her being in. So it ain't like I trust her judgment. I just really trust her judgment. But for me personally, I can't. I'm just not the type of dude that's interested in having new friends because at the end of the day, my approach makes my baby mama upset. You know what I'm saying? She say you're being an asshole. You don't really speak to the dude. You don't try to get to know the dude. You don't shake his hand and stuff like that. And I tell her like, look, how long have I known you guys? How many times we shook hands? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't shake y'all hands. So it ain't no beef. It's just that it's not my job to make your boyfriend like me. It's my job to protect my daughter. And I don't ever want to get myself in a situation where I build a relationship with you and it makes me hesitate when it's time to regulate. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hesitate. I want to, if I got to bust ahead, I got to bust ahead, and I don't want to be like, well, we know each other and stuff like that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to hesitate. So I don't have to have an ill will for that man because I never speak ill towards that man. I never speak ill towards her relationship. I never tell my daughter, oh, you can't do this with him. You can't do that. You can't. I don't do that. That's grown people stuff. I respect the relationship. Like I don't call my baby mama after a certain time. When I text my BM, I say, "Hey, look, give me a call when you get a chance." So if he ever looks in the phone, he don't see no fooling
Funny
around or nothing
business,
like
yeah.
that. No funny business. So it's all straight up and down. Because again, I have a level of respect that a man respect for somebody, whether I like you or not. I have a level of man respect. So you in that relationship, That's cool. I'm not dealing with that. As long as there's respect for my child, as long as there's respect for me and all that, I could dig that, because again, I can't be phony about this. I really can't. It ain't gonna be no shaking your hand and being cool and smiling in your face. Because at the end of the day, dog, if your lady offer me some, I'm gonna hit. So it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for me to be all chummy with you and then stab you in the back. Now, unfortunately for me, my baby mama ain't with that. She ain't offered me none, and we've been separated over a decade. I see a lot of guys get to double back with their BM, and I don't get those pleasures. So, but again, like I say, I take a hands-off approach. I trust the woman that I had a child with, and we ain't me and her not beefing. We don't go through it. You know what I'm saying? We of course we're gonna have some differences, but we don't beef. Me and her family still cool. So I trust that I didn't have a shitball baby mama. I trust that she's gonna pick a dude that, pretty decent, and however that relationship plays out, it plays out. But I'm not gonna involve myself in the destruction or success of that relationship. Just you do your job, homie. I do my job, and we'll both be fine. You dig? So that's basically how I do it. How do you handle this, Zay?
Oh man, so like you said, I guess we all have that issue or have run into that at one point in time in our lives with children and children's mothers. How I handle it, I try to be just very upfront. I'm one of them people. I'm kind of backwards from how you would do it. I don't ever want to be in y'all relationship. I'm gonna never ever be the reason why y'all break up. I do feel though, since I have a daughter, that you should, by right, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I think we should, as men, acknowledge each other so that that tension that you're talking about is not there. I need you to know that I'm not after your chick. I do need you to know I am concerned about my child. I think as a father, you can or should recognize or understand that, like, this man don't pose me no harm because I'm not coming as a threat. I'm coming with a handshake. Hey, how you doing? I'm Zaya's father, whatever the case may be, and that's the end of it. Just like with her teachers, dance instructor, swim instructor, or sports instructor, you went and you met them. Because if something ever does happen, and knock on wood, because I pray to God that nothing ever does, if you never met this person, you don't even know where to even to begin to look. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that that's one of those things. But also, too, it takes away that negative connotation, if there is one, because guys come into things with a preconceived notion. They may feel like, oh, I don't want, just like how you saying, I don't want no problems with this man. But if that man know that you don't have any problem with him, then it'll put him at rest. You're at rest. You don't have to be friends with them. I do think y'all need to be cordial, because there's certain things that we're trying to teach. We have little ones that are looking at our behaviors and how we deal. We don't have to be in anything, but I think as parents, we do have to be leaders. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with a man saying, hey, extending that olive branch. Hey, how you doing? No harm, no foul. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have anything to do with y'all relationship, but I did want to meet you. You're going to be around my child. So for me, but I'm different. Y'all beg to differ. I have a girl. Well, sorry, Chris, you do got a girl.
Can I answer that?
Oh, because I was about to say you're expecting people to conduct themselves the way you would. And that's just not reality oftentimes. A lot of these dudes ain't real dudes. Go ahead, Chris.
And hold on, wait a minute. But before you say that, though, and this is what I always understand. But see, one thing about character, Horace, is who you are at the core of you has nothing to do with who the other person is. So if they want to be a fuddy-duddy, if they want to say, oh, he saw you, he came to me and said, that's fine, bro. I know who I am. I'm just making sure that you know, so that if we do have a hiccup, I know that it wasn't because of me. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't even look for a hiccup. So it doesn't even matter about if you're real or not. If you're not real, you got to live with that at the end of the day. Me, right. I'm just going to be who I am, I believe. But go ahead, Chris. I could be wrong.
See, here's the thing. I'm going to just be completely transparent here. I understand what you're saying, but in my history, I've learned that doesn't matter. All that shaking hands and being cool, that just doesn't matter. I come from right before I moved here. I shook hands. I was cool. With my nephew's middle school basketball coach. I would come to the practices. I knew dude, all of that. That dude turned out to be a pedophile. That dude turned out to try to solicit kids young men to send him wiener pics through an app posing as a girl, and he ended up shooting himself in the head after the police tracked him down back in Nashville, Tennessee. So that F's my mind up altogether. So I no longer think that just because I talk to a person and shake their hand and we get close or a semblance of closeness, that's enough. I no longer think that way. So regardless of how you feel about me, regardless of what you think, bro, I don't care. It's not my job to be cool with you. It's not my job to be liked. I don't go around trying to make somebody like me or care about me or anything like that. My job is to protect my child, period. And that's all I'm here to do. So as far as getting to know you, I believe I trust and believe in the person that I had a child with. I do not think that she's going to put someone in her life. I know how much that woman loves her child. I don't think she's going to put a person in her life that be ill to my child. I understand that there's no way of judging that and knowing that, but that's the same thing on both sides.
I was just about to go there.
Me being cool, I don't know if that's going to do anything. And as far as if something happened, we live in a different society now. We live in a technology society. If something happened, he could be tracked down.
So you rather not know?
I don't have to be the one. Here's the thing, Zay. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
My job is, if something happened, is to regulate. That's it. Now, I that's my first mind. But when I really, really think about it, I do my daughter no good in prison for the rest of my life.
Fact.
I just don't. So I have to. It's a thin line that you have to walk, and it's tough. But again, I have to trust in the woman that I had a child with. I have to believe that she's going to make the best decisions that she possibly can. But as for me and my daughter, I have open lines of communication with my daughter. I talk to her every day. I see her on the regular. We cool. Me and the BM is cool. We don't beef back and forth. We talk. That situation, I in my mindset, I have to leave it alone because it's so sensitive to me. That's all I have is my daughter. So regardless of the fact, whatever could happen my mindset is not going to be right to try to develop that relationship because I'm always going to be on edge and stuff like that. So
let me say something to you though, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that you need to cultivate a relationship because at the end of the day, y'all just co-parenting. I think what you're doing is setting a precedence or a boundary. You feel me? Hey, I'm a father, whatever the case may be, so that you know me. That's it. You don't, like I said, you don't have to. I didn't
come into his life, Zay. He came into mine.
Exactly.
He came into mine. In my opinion, I've never been in his position, so I don't know. Again, I don't know.
But you know he's not in your life.
Baby,
but
baby
if I was in his position, I would step to that man. I would say, hey, look, bro, I'm around your daughter.
Exactly.
Let me introduce myself to you. Now, I don't think that as the father, I don't think you didn't interrupt his life. You didn't come into his life. He came into yours. So I think it is his responsibility to step to you. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. We may disagree on that, but that's my opinion. If I was in his shoes, which I have never been, I've never dated a woman seriously with kids. I've never done that. But if I did, my intentions would be, oh, that's your baby daddy. Let me go step to him and say, hey, look, this is what's going on with me. This is how I do it.
Baby daddy,
just me.
Baby daddy circle. Baby daddy edition. Listen, how many times have you ever seen a young man dating a woman and he's coming over, he's spending the night, he's doing all those things. She's into him. Who's to say that dude is invested in her?
Right.
Who's to say he's thinking about having a future or playing stepdaddy? This is just a situation. It is what it is, right? I'm smashing. I'm coming through whatnot. Now the mother isn't being responsible and protecting that your child and that family because she might be broken as well, or she don't understand the impact of this man being around your kids or in her home or around. Hell, sometimes it's dudes coming through every season. Listen, y'all seen my life, right? I stay with my. This is honest. I stay with my son's mother till he was 5 because I never wanted a dude to have that much impact on my kid while he was. I wanted my child to remember I was there totally. So when we split, every person she dated, she wanted them to hate me, and I was G all the time. What's up, bro? Cool. I ain't head up. Some spoke, some didn't, but every one of them end up having a relationship. It ain't got to be we cool. I just hey, what's up, and push on.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
That's it, right?
But at the end of that though, they don't have anything else to do with the co-parenting. Like I think that once that's addressed, like all right, this is what we're doing with parenting. That's the end of that. So like when you were saying, Chris, be cool with it. I don't think you got to be cool. I just think that elephant in the room needs to be addressed. Once that's done,
elephants.
goodbye.
I like elephants.
Oh, you like elephants?
I want to address John's comment.
Wait a minute. It is also moments that you have to be responsible and not get pulled in. How many times are there situations? Yeah. I had a dude who came to me one time and almost got cleared all through great value. They said, "Oh yeah, I was talking to so-and-so and she was telling me you don't take care of kids." Da, 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 da. Almost cleared them, right, bro? All the wrong. I pay for that house, I pay for that car, I pay for that insurance. I do all of that. Damn that! But you coming to me and saying that to me, when in reality that Negro didn't take care of he couldn't take care of himself. He couldn't take care of his kids.
But you gotta refer back to the question, Hard.
It comes back to the mama situation. You know what I mean? So I'm saying sometimes we know how we conduct ourselves and how we will want them to, but some people don't have it. So that situation, like you said earlier, Chris, could have got volatile. I could have great value him all through the bread aisle, all through the canned good aisle. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? But we do have some unique situations as fathers that you have to endure. So I hear what Zay saying, but I'm from observation, man, you end up probably dealing with somebody gonna call the police on you.
I want to address John's comment. John said, Chris, basically you letting them know you're here. Brother, my time that I spend with my child lets him know that I'm here. I believe that I should get a thank you card from both of them for having my child so much so they can be able to develop relationships. I know so many guys that gets with women with children and can't truly develop a relationship outside of the children because the father never has a child. I'm open to have my child at any point in time. My baby mama gives me no notice. She just say, "Hey, where you at? I'm gonna bring her to you." She I don't have no, and I have no problem. I never refuse my child. You know what I'm saying? So I think that by having me here, to you can get a chance to develop your relationship. But at the same time, bro, I don't have to respect boyfriends. Your husband maybe, but I don't have to respect no boyfriend. I don't have. Not that I disrespect the situation. Not that I disrespect the man, but you talking something when you get married. Otherwise, this is the same. I had a girlfriend when I was in the 6th grade. Is that what we're too old to be rocking like that? It's too old for me to be like, okay, well, this is your boyfriend. I don't care. When something substantial happens, then maybe we can step this up to another level. But other than that, it's just a boyfriend. I don't have to go. I don't feel like I need to be going through all that. To me, as far as how I feel.
But here's the original question: how do you navigate through co-parenting when the mom has a new dude? For me, what I want to tell y'all is, from my opinion, stay focused on what your position is. I am the child's father. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So as things progress, then I'll discuss other things. I know it's difficult when your mom, you had some issue, but when the child is living in a home where somebody else in direct contact with your child under the same roof, you know what I mean? That's when the conversation has changed. But does that conversation elevate with the mom? It has ways that conversation.
It does. I think it does.
I definitely think it starts with the selection of the baby mama. Like it starts with the selection of the baby mama, man. Like at the end of the day, whatever situation my BM is in, I'm
in that
fortunate
situation.
That my BM keeps me informed on everything, tells me what's going on with my child life, school wise, all important things. So I think it starts with the BM, bro. You can't pick a shitball for a baby mama and then expect her to be some great woman. You just can't.
Happens every
That's
day,
right.
B. Happens
It
every
does,
day,
though.
B. You know how many people
It
out here
does.
putting that crap,
True
putting it
story.
on the crap table every night?
Ugh.
Bruh, it happens.
fellas, it's about precautions, fellas. It's about selection, man. Check her family, how she is with her family.
Her mama.
How she is with her mother. Like
Right.
those things, bro. I understand. I'm not saying you talking to the pullout king. So I understand.
Free
I
will.
understand.
It don't work.
I understand. All I'm saying is this, bro. Like check everything before you start shooting up the club. Is this just a decent woman in general, dog? And if she is, you gotta give her enough credit to that she's gonna pick a man that's in the best of her ability. That's not gonna be on some. I know there's
But
no
you know
way
what,
of
though, Chris?
actually knowing.
I think we still got away from the original question. See, you still got hung up on the new dude. It ain't
I
got
gave
nothing to do
y'all
with
my
the dude.
insight.
I heard what you said, and you were absolutely correct. So you got to stay focused. I only with what I'm saying to Chris is that part, so that tension that you were talking about, so he don't think that you trying to smash or whatever the case may be. We dealing with a child.
That's not my business.
I understand that the child is the business. Chris, don't miss me.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
get
not
lost
my
on the child
business
father.
to-
You can still,
to make him think something.
what I'm saying to you, Chris, is you can still handle the normal operations of co-parenting. New baby mom, new father, new boyfriend, new girlfriend. I don't think that it matters. If you do the things that you need to do first, you do A, then you do B. That's it. That was my whole thing.
I do.
And
okay,
you still do what you were gonna do.
I agree with you. To answer the question is this: what she got going on ain't got nothing to do with
Nothing to do with us.
You have to be a full-time father. You have responsibility of that child no matter what. I don't care. Even if she is a shitball, you still is control. You still have to take care of your child for financially, emotionally, physically, everything. That really has nothing to do with you. Whether you're on child support, whether you're not on child support, brother, your job is that child because that child didn't actually be here. You the one shot up that club. That's like John said, it takes 30 seconds. Them 30 seconds gonna last you the rest of your life. You take accountability of that. What she got going on,
outside of your
regardless
control.
of how hard it is, it ain't your business. That's what John said. John said you got 30 seconds.
John ain't playing.
I stand up in that thing for never mind 30 minutes.
But yeah, I think though, like you said, at the end of the day, I don't think it has any bearing on co-parenting unless either party, whether it be the father or the mother, allows it. You say what you need to say or don't say for my brother, and then y'all just handle business. Y'all business is that child. Do what needs to be done for that child. The rest of that stuff don't even matter because 9 times out of 10, you got something going on. You see what I'm saying? So you can't.
See the red flag. And see the red flags for the people. These two brothers are on the battlefield. See the red flags before y'all get out there, young players. No, it is very important where you shoot the club up at. Don't ignore the red flags, my brothers, because you absolutely 18. No, under the new child support laws, 23 years of financial obligation, stress.
Woo.
You don't want that, if it's your child, brother. If it's
Pressure.
your child, my brother, it's an investment in your future. It's who's gonna take care of you, who's gonna look after you when you're done. That's just money, bro. That ain't shit. That's just money. You can make money, you create money. As a man, you're supposed to be able to create money. I've started a business and created money. I don't have to make it all the time. So at the end of the day, dog, just stay. My aunties tell me to stay quiet, Chris. But just stay focused on that child, man, because it's nothing like that father, daughter, or son relationship. They love you. They love you no matter what you do. They love you. As long as you just there spending time, you'll be all right.
Married before you shoot up the club. That was
Too
the
late.
fine print we did not read.
Shoot him in Gavin.
Used to be a respectable thing. Hey, closing comments. I want to ask y'all something. I want y'all insight. a healthy 2-parent household is the best thing for the kids. That is what everybody wanted. That is the American dream.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me
what we
ask y'all
thought we was
something, right?
doing.
Let me ask y'all something. And I want y'all honest take. Date doctor, Chris, the ladies' man. A certain person goes to every morning before he goes to a meeting, he goes by to get a coffee or a hot tea early in the morning, right? And a breakfast sandwich. So on Monday, he goes to the drive-through, gets his order, he drives off, not thinking about it. Gets down the road. Dang, I said hot tea, extra sugar, or the bacon sandwich. Wrong. Cool. Day 2, he goes through and he don't even think because there's no way you're gonna F up the order twice in a row. Drive off is effed up. So the 3rd day in a row, he gets the food. At 3 days, he goes through, tells them like, hey, y'all make sure it's right. Oh, it's right. Drives out, the food is bad. On the 4th day, this young brother goes and pulls up and he's kind of mad. He's like, listen, every day I came, y'all have screwed up my order. Girl comes to the window and said, hey, sir, I don't know if you caught on or not, but my friend keeps, she messed up your order on purpose, hoping that you would come inside. She wants to talk to you. She wants to get to know you.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that? So my question to y'all, do you actually validate that kind of effort, or do you see it as a red flag? Like, hey, you could have came to the window and said, hey, handsome. Hey, I like you. Hey, cool. But you effed up my order for 3-4 days, and now I go to my meetings mad as hell because your creative. Come on, what y'all think about that? Tell me, please. I'm listening.
I think that's the sweetest thing in the world, man. I'm gonna love a woman that'll go through that length just to get me to come and talk to her. So I personally think is fly. It's something that I would try, but I don't work at McDonald's. But at the same time, like I like that. I like
Do with
that
Dunkin'
shows
Donuts.
effort. That show the Dunkin' Donuts is cool too. But that shows effort. It shows a woman that's willing to do something that's different than other women. We live in an age right now where effort is minimal when it comes to women. So that's to try to get she'll do all that to try to get your attention. Yeah, because I'm the type of person that just needs choosing signals. I don't need you to holler at me. I just need you to give me choosing signals, and that's like a big ass Goodyear blimp sign to me. So I appreciate that. Zay, what you got? What you think?
I think it was innovative. I got nervous when he was telling the story. I'm like, man, it's a punk in there or something. There's no reason why they ain't came out. I don't want to go in there. Why you keep them with sugar? I don't know. I got nervous. But no, that's innovative. I would have to give a E for effort. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to check it out. Oh yeah, I bet you will. You going to drop it off, Smash Nation?
What you talking about?
Okay.
So call this person, huh?
I don't know. I do think it's worth a look-see. Tell him that's a nice try, but now, baby, sorry, I'm taking. Go and get back in your vehicle so that don't happen no more.
You could have told me. You could have told me after day 2. You know what I mean? That's about $20 in breakfast sandwiches.
I think you want to say who the fool. You kept going back.
Maybe you should be eating turkey bacon.
You know what? I came to y'all with a real situation. And traditionally, what y'all do, you make a mockery out of me. I wanted to ask y'all and the viewers what you thought. I'm like, I could see 1 day, 2 days, 4 damn days.
So you ain't gonna holler at her? You gonna be mad with her because she had you come back for 4 days?
Yeah, I was hungry as hell most of the mornings. So listen, man.
But now you might be straight.
What?
From then on, you ain't got to worry about breakfast no more. She know just how you want it, and she gonna have it ready for you.
All right.
And I said I want to take care of you. And she try to take care of you because she don't want you eating that swine.
That's right. How you knew Velouz? Velouz knew about you, Chris.
Velouz is my number one hater, man. She's the queen member of my hate club. I don't trust her.
She superseded Ashley? What?
Oh yeah, Ashley super. And that's another thing. I was in town and she didn't even try to acknowledge me. I was in town. And every time I come, I holler at her and she won't even. Never mind. Never
Man,
mind.
that's messed up.
She
That's
must got a
crazy.
new man or something. I ain't seen her
That's
at all.
probably
She
that's
have been
probably what it
scarce.
is.
Yeah,
And let me
she
tell
been
y'all
scarce.
something. A lot of times, you ladies, y'all pray for a good man, and the Lord won't give him to you because He knows as soon as you get that new man, He ain't gonna see you at the church and no more. Okay,
Man,
and y'all is
I
missing.
seen her preaching though. I went to your mama's house and I seen her on the computer preaching. She back
What?
preaching. She back in the pulpit now.
Okay, Vanessa, I will do that. I will, and it's gonna be on her to make up for my goddamn $20 in breakfast that went down the drain.
she got you.
Yeah, Ashley preacher.
Hmm.
It must have been at Master's Church. Hey, closing comments, Chris.
Oh man. Okay. This weekend was awesome, man. I went to one of the holiest parties I've ever been in. Shout out to Artist
Artist
Newbie, man. That was
Pastor
an
Artist
awesome
Newbie.
party. Pastor Artist Newbie. That was an awesome party. We would love to have you come on the show because I know you got a little flack for that party, and I would love to hear your opinion on that. But I like to thank you for inviting me. It was an awesome time. But I really want to highlight friendship tonight. I want to highlight friendship. I celebrated the first time I was at a cigar bar. My brother Horace gave me a tour, put me up on cigars. It's almost like I was high on weed, but I really, really enjoyed my time, man. It was a smooth, cool vibe. And that just shows you the level of friendship, man, for someone to introduce something like that to you, show you how much they love you. But I want to also point out another high level of friendship. I take you back. We was in the party. Now we was in this party, and we were separated. Some of us got here at one time, some of us got here at another time, but we never really was together all the time, right? So it was this one part of the party where all the Black Super Friends was around each other. I said, this is a great time. I pull out my phone. I do the you know what I'm saying, the story. I done recorded all my homies into the whole Black Super Friends podcast. It's going down. I get ready to sing, and that young brother up there, Zay, say, "Hold on, Chris, you gonna post that to single ladies?" I'm like, "Thank you, my brother."
I had to save you, bro.
All of us, and single ladies was playing.
Jig.
I'm so happy my brother came in and saved me from that, because that would have been the weakest thing I could have possibly did. So I like to say thank you to both of you guys. Horace, you put me up on cigars. You gave me a whole new vibe. I'm gonna take that up here to Orlando. And Zay, you saved, brother. You saved me. If you had a cape, you would be Super Zay.
Man,
thank you guys for coming. Thanks you guys for coming. I appreciate you coming every Monday night. The $40 is on the dresser.
Ladies, man, I like that part of the night when they played Candy Looker and Zay went out there and did that little routine.
That was you on the floor winding it up. No, but man, no.
Shout
for
out
real,
to Sandra Newby. I seen the moves you had. Two wardrobe changes.
Man,
big fluffy hat. Shout out to you, Sandra Newby.
Definitely
Look,
shout out.
If I had a wife, I'm going to take her to you, and I want you to educate her when I pick my wife, because you're amazing in my book.
Amen. I want to thank everybody for coming out too, spending your Monday with us, listening to us gibber on. Sometimes we have good topics and words of encouragement, and sometimes we just got jokes. But either way it go, y'all come and y'all share them with us, so we appreciate you. I must say that. Definitely, we are tired. We got a chance to, I'm going to say fellowship, because that's what the true meaning of the word was. I mean, from Thursday nonstop to today, I am beat. Understand, and it was my weekend with my daughter, so I had to make room for everything. But we got a chance to get out. We celebrated my homeboy's 40th. That was monumental, because I found out that my homeboy had never had a birthday party at all. Yeah. So anybody giving them flack, y'all can come see me. Let him live. You understand what I'm saying? He did a blessed thing. His wife was there. His oldest daughter and son were there. So I don't think that anything that he did was in slackness. It was in good family splendor. The family was together. All of us have been friends for 20 plus years. And it's funny because we always talk about the Black Super Friends, and you guys think that it's just the four of us that share this screen, but it's more of us. And it's really brotherhood. And like I said, we got the fellowship, hang out with our boy. That was good. We got to spend time with each other. Like we said, we got a chance to introduce Chris to the upper echelon of life. Man, he might not never come back. The next thing we know, you're gonna have double backs on the slacks, and that's gonna be a feat for my brother.
I'm gonna write next time. I'm gonna write Bougie Chris.
Ooh,
that's what I am now.
Growth. That's what that is. But again, we want to thank y'all for coming out and just partaking with the Black Super Friends. Hard.
Well, Chris, the ladies, man, it sounds like you're playing hockey up there.
Wayne Gretzky.
All that damn feedback up there. Listen.
Damn, G.
Well, listen, Orlando Cigar Fest 2021 is coming to Orlando April 15th to April 17th. So there might be another chance for us to fellowship, Chris. I don't really need to get my health a little better. I don't need to be smoking the finest cigars that I do have. But I was on that gin this weekend, which was for medicinal reasons. Okay, for medical reasons.
That's what I be saying.
Listen, thanks to my friend Ronnie Leviticus, he got a picture of me sleep at the Smoke Inn on the couch, and I know it's gonna come out at the worst times. But listen, hopefully we have safe travels to. Our brother Mario was here this weekend. He is in transition on his way home. Hopefully his flight will arrive. Hopefully him and his wife and his son are going to make it home safely tonight. So we appreciate that brother coming to town. Evelyn Rattler said, when will the t-shirts come out? I got any t-shirts you need. We just Black Super Friends focused on women's apparel first, and we still do have the Black Super Friends shirts. They're pretty nice, to be honest. So I will make sure that Chris gets that to you. And
what size you got? Because my auntie got some hooters on her, so make sure you get a little extra in the top area.
Listen, and Derek, listen to my partner Derek Burns. He can help with my health. My health ain't bad. I was just saying the cigars, because Derek, you be smoking them with me, I believe. Listen, on our closing comments, Black Super Friends, Mario is missing tonight. My partner Derek Burns does healthy lifestyle training here in Palm Beach County. He also is a mortician. So I ain't gonna tell you, but if you ever
kind of counterproductive though. If he keep you alive, he can't make a profit for your dead.
He making money out the front and the back though. Derek, okay, I need to come to your seminar, man.
Yeah, most hookers do too. The front and the back though.
I get it.
That was terrible, dog. That was terrible.
Hey, thank y'all for joining us on another episode of the Black Super Friends. Y'all amazing. But Luce, I don't know what that wow was about, but please let me know.
The front and the back, I guarantee you any amount of money.
If you know a little bit about the front and the back. Top and bottom.
Let's talk about this.
It's getting better and better. Thank you for joining us. Give me some insight. Chris came up with a new idea, said, when you guys have a question for the Black Super Friends, submit to us a 30-second video and we will post you on the show when we highlight that question. 30 seconds, let us know your name, your question, and we'll answer it on air, and we'll put you on air with us during the next Black Super Friends podcast. I thought that was brilliant. So thank you to Chris Leo for that insight. Thank y'all. We'll see you again at some other time. Later.
So you right.
Right on.